Hello, my name is Kingston Fabello, and this is why you need to secondhand shop over retail, or why you need to pick secondhand over retail. Boom. All right. Did you know it takes 2,700 liters of water just to produce one cotton T-shirt? That's about the average drinking water of one human for 2.5 years. This shows that something as simple as a T-shirt isn't cheap in terms of environmental costs, which also undermines the notion that buying new isn't harmful. What is that on my hair? Sorry. All right. Now I know all of you may not shop secondhand, but I'm here to change that. We're all living on the same planet. And if we continue to produce these products at the rate of which we are, the Earth we know it won't be the same. So to preserve what we have left, I want you to go to the closest secondhand store you can, buy a pair of hiking boots, go hike and see what you're saving. You'll see that it's worth it in the end. You may also be wondering what I would know about a silly little topic like this, but for as long as I can remember, I've been secondhand shopping there was even a point where I would sell my own clothes on a website so that I could combat the consumption of retail products. Because of these oh my gosh, that's terrible. Because of the certain circumstances I was under, I was always at the thrift stores. It allowed me to develop my style and eye for clothing early and easily. Today I'm going to show you why secondhand shopping is better than retail by going over the statistics of retailers using harmful procedures that send us back ecologically. I'm going to be going over how much more money you could save, and then I'm going to be going over how it allows you to develop your own unique style. And yeah, all right. If you stop moving and take your time to realize how much waste and carbon emissions these companies are going through, I would stop too. You may not see it on the outside, but they're very good at hiding it. They look at what's trending and mass produce that. Yeah, they mass produce whatever's trending and whatever they can. Their eyes are blinded by the money, which is especially scary for the planet we live on because we only get one and we can't get it back. According to the Oliver Aponte, in 2015, the industry emitted 1,715 million tons of carbon dioxide, and they project a significant increase to 2,791 million tons in 2030. All right. When you take all of that and base it against a secondhand seller that realistically does nothing does none of that because they don't produce the clothes, they just buy and sell. My gosh, why do I keep saying the secondhand seller that doesn't produce their products, or that doesn't mass produce their products, puts quality, time, and effort into their craft? I think the winner's obvious with that one. I would go with the secondhand. If you don't, give me some more time so I could convince you otherwise. All right, and it all starts with one person. One person can motivate another, and everything will come crashing down like dominoes. Stand up what's right, stand up against consumerism while you're saving money. Why not? We don't like consumerism, right? All right. Now, when shopping secondhand, you aren't just saving the world. Like I said, you're saving money. Think of a place where you could find cheap, affordable clothing that also has good style. Let me guess what you thought of. A thrift store. You're right. All right. Sorry. Thrift stores single-handedly beat large retailers because they have great stylistic choices ranging from times all the way back in 1950s probably to even more recent times like 2024, 2025. And it's just all for the fraction of the price. Another magazine by Her and Suk states utilizing secondhand clothing generates environmental and financial advantages by a reduction in the materials, water, and the production costs. This is a less of a need for new clothes The cost of producing said clothes would go down, which leads to lower prices for shoppers. They end up spending less money on clothing they would have bought full price. So it's like a win-win. Spend less money shopping for cheaper clothes. The price ends up going down on the clothes that you wanted. First of all, it's like supply demand, basically. Not only does this keep tons of clothes out of landfills, but it also reduces the water used and that would be used in the production of these clothing products. This on its own is enough to reduce money spent on communities and keep the pollution down. All right. Secondhand shopping benefits people not just because it's cheaper, but because it lowers environmental costs that taxpayers would eventually pay. Now, peep game and lock in. Along with saving money, it allows people to stand out. I know that because for the first time I walked into the candy store or the thrift store, it was like a candy shop because like I didn't know where to look, where to even start. I just knew like everything was just so extravagant and I just needed it. I needed it. I knew I wanted to go around, look for whatever caught my eye, and then maybe just make something at the end of it because that's what I always kind of do anyway. It's just kind of like a live kind of scenario. All right, and then Sueda and Seo say, in the case of secondhand, uniqueness has a direct correlation on the purchase intention. And I entirely agree with that because whenever I go into the thrift stores or whatever, I look for, personally, the wackiest clothing I could find because I love all the funky things. Whether it be like a dress shirt, some shoes, a graphic tee, I love it all because I just love looking funky. All right, and then like I said, I love sticking out, but I love making the wacky pieces just look like unreal. Like imagine like something you would never imagine a person wearing, and they're just wearing it and they're making it look cool. And like, what? I want to be that person, or I hope I am that person. And it's like, it's just expressing yourself with how you dress. Yeah, it's just there. It goes hand in hand. You can't express yourself without, or you can't dress without expressing yourself because that's how you are. That's how you dress. It's you, you know? It's you. All right, let's have a quick recap so I can fully sell you to buy second-handed. All right. So from saving money to reducing carbon emissions to finding unique styles out of basically everything. I hope I was able to change your mind and show you to the real world of what the big mean bullies of the retailers are, because all retailers are kind of big mean bullies when you think about it. If you ever swipe your card at a retailer shop though, I want you to stop and think. I want you to think about all the water wasted, all the carbon emissions wasted, and how much money you just spent on that one product. I want you to sit there and I want you to realize that your actions are actually bigger than what you think. And I also want to give you one more piece of information that I think would definitely relate to this. If you think one leaping of the fish doesn't affect the river, it affects the other fish in the river. So just think about that. And one more piece of information from my friends at the Global Fashion Agenda. The fashion industry is responsible for 8 to 10% of global carbon emissions. Thank you.